And again, I'm going to do something a little different today. I always like to, at the end of whatever it is that I'm going through, take account for all my decisions and thoughts throughout that process. And if there's anything that I deem worthy of change, and I try and change. I try not to demand out of anyone that I wouldn't be willing to give in return, whether that be respect, good faith, honesty, political or otherwise. Are there times where maybe I'm a little sarcastic, maybe angry, I might say something out of anger? Of course, I'm human. I've got my faults. I've got my demons. Try to hold myself to that standard if I'm ever going to demand it out of anybody else. Because of that, I really stopped involving myself with particular types of people when it come to conversations people have on Facebook. People I've known my entire life, 30, 40 years. If we somehow found ourselves on the opposite end of the argument, some people had a real bad habit of talking to you as if you didn't know them and would try to maybe talk to you as if we were on Twitter. I don't like being talked to any old way. So I have really, in the last couple years, removed myself from a lot of that. I've got my faults, man. I'm human. I make mistakes. I try not to ever be a liar. I try not to ever argue from a place of bad faith or argue from a place of I need to win. I need to own the libs or none of that shit. Politically, man, I'm really all over the place. Bottom fucking line. Like, there's things on the left I agree with, there's things on the right I agree with. I know some people may not want to hear that. Either way, I found myself involved in a thread on Facebook yesterday that I felt encompassed everything wrong in today's world. I'm part of a Facebook group. It's a local group. After the last couple disasters that have hit our area, sometimes you get information faster through those groups than you do on your phone or any other way. Yesterday, just scrolling along, a guy who is also in that group brought up decent question. And considering everybody around here has lived through the disasters, to hear the question, I thought it was a really good question. And it's the responses that really fucking got me. I'm going to start out with the original comment that started all this off. In light of the fires in LA, and the complete failure of the fire officials from top to bottom, is there a report or inspection record that can be posted on fire hydrants and other important information for our fire, life, safety readiness? And please note that I am not accusing our local fire department of anything whatsoever. I am concerned about fire insurance being canceled and providing information to insurers for the inevitable battle we will all face in the wake of the fire tragedy in LA. I think it would benefit all of us to have this information and regular updates on readiness. That's not a bad question. And living through what I've lived through here, I can respect every bit of it. Politics aside, the LA fire was absolutely a disaster in more ways than just the flames. Sadly, because of the world we have found ourselves in today. Would you believe that some people read that question and immediately went into their partisan defenses? Surprising, right? Ready? I'm sure all the firefighters risking their lives right now appreciate being called complete failures for not being able to stop a fire burning in dry brush in 100-mile-an-hour winds. I thought, man, that's pretty ridiculous. Ignoring the question that was asked. I'm already starting to think, am I going to violate the rule that I have for myself that I stay out of all this stuff because it's so pointless? Like, you'll never get anywhere with anyone. Facebook is not the place for having nuanced discussions. It's impossible to find middle ground anymore. There is not an inch to give. That to even discuss a topic that we all have lived through, preparedness, readiness, are our hydrants filled, are our reservoirs filled, all these things that we should all want to know. Everybody completely sidestep all that. It is now, man your positions, we have to defend the Democrats. That same old dude then links a Midas Touch website link. 44 Republicans voted against forest management wildfire prevention in December. Thank you for stating the obvious so eloquently. It is not the fault of any one person. It is a systemic failure that plagues an infant system that is far from perfect. That almost sounds like exactly what the original poster was saying. This is a mess. The fire officials let us down, and we need to figure out if we're not going to be in the same situation or not. To which the next one, of course. My son has been down there since the beginning, working 24-hour shifts on the line, and they have saved many, many homes. While the babies cry because they are missing him, I wouldn't call him a failure. Be careful with your words. Completely uncalled for. Okay, so I'm seeing the direction this is going. And this is so not what dude was talking about that I'm just kind of just dumbfounded reading it. Biggest thing that caught my mind was dude linking the Midas Touch article. That to me was just so kind of like, what's the point with you linking this article? I couldn't help myself. 44 GOP vote against forest management. Yeah, bro. One of 20 other things, which it was, because I clicked the link of the bill. I forget what the name of the bill was, but it had 20 different things on it. Right there. It had all sorts of shit. Billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars being spent. And in the end, it was 11 senators in the Senate and I think 30 in the House who voted against it. Bernie Sanders did as well, in case you were curious. I figured, I'm gonna drop one little comment and I'm out of here. It's truly fucking corny that all these people ignore every question dude was posing in the beginning to now they straw man the entire fucking argument dude made and they've personalized it and now they're defending firefighters as if dude was talking about firefighters here. Okay, so like I said, I dropped my little comment, and I think I'm gonna be gone. Then I get a notification. This is seconds fucking later. I figure, you know what, I got the time, I got the energy. Let me go see what old boy says. Sorry, dude, when you vote for a convicted rapist, you don't get to claim the high road. What? I'm sorry, what? You've now brought up Trump, and you have now told me I can't claim the fucking high road if, I guess, I voted for a convicted rapist. He's not a convicted rapist, in case, you weren't aware of that. To which I can't help myself. This is even a conversation we're even having at this point. It's almost as if it's impossible to read anything you disagree with and not bring all the baggage of a partisan world that you dwell in with it. Tell others you have no high ground cause whatever. Meanwhile, can't see past your own biases and partisan bullshit. It's pious as fuck. Which it is. It wholeheartedly is. These motherfuckers are the most pious of pious. Dude comes right back at me. This fucking, just stick with me, bro. This gets wild. The only people blaming the fire on the fire responders are right-wing nuts who believe the claptrap, the rapist in chief is saying. It's all partisan. You don't get to vote for a fascist and then say talking about the country falling into fascism isn't a part of the problem. I see that you refer to voting for a rapist as whatever, like the fact that he's a felon and rapist isn't an issue worth discussing. It's not an issue worth discussing when we're talking about fires, you fucking moron. Oh my god, these people are so fucking stupid. It's fucking incredible how stupid these people are. The left didn't create the partisan divide. Creating wedge issues has become a GOP mode of operation since the Southern strategy was implemented. As a gay man with a trans kid, there it is. As a gay man with a trans kid, we are the scapegoated class that was sacrificed for the bigot vote. Don't lecture me about partisanship. Bro, my mind is blown at this point. I already recognize, okay, I have kicked the insufferable hornet's nest. I see it, I know it. I've already violated my number one rule, stay out of this shit. But I'm now getting hit with the shit that, books are written. The DSM alone, covers this specific type of fucking insanity. This dude is all of it, and I can't fucking help myself. Bro, you can't talk about any fucking thing without showing your true insanity. You are everything you hate. All of it. You show it with every comment. I'm not even really giving him anything. Up until this point, I've given him not a whole lot to work with, but yet I've gotten the whole thing. The Southern strategy, the rapist, the felon, voting for a rapist, fascist, and saying the country's falling into fascism. I mean, bro, it's hitting every fucking thing, just right down the fucking line. Don't try to create a moral equivalence between the oppressor and the oppressed. Bro, I'm a gay man with a trans kid. You gotta remind me. I mean, you always said it last comment, but you definitely gotta put it in there again, because it's worth so much. It's worth so much to the folks like yourself. Your party won the election by throwing my family under the bus. What's total insanity is thinking you can support a hate campaign and then not be judged for it. But that's how most straight white people think, apparently. At least straight right Republicans. And that's obviously most of them. You're still doing it. How can't you recognize that you're still doing it. Bro, this dude fucking asked a question about our preparedness and readiness for if and when the fire comes. The insurance issues that we may now be facing because of the issues of the LA fires. We're in the same state. Like, we're gonna suffer the same fucking consequences of all this stuff. Dude asking the fucking question has brought the crazy out of the most crazy among us. It is every fucking Marxist talking point you could ever imagine. Yo, are we ready? You think we're ready? I know we just got hit last year, the year before that. Bing, 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 down the fucking line. We've finally had a year where we haven't been hit, at least yet. And dude is curious about our readiness. And we have gotten the whole fascist, Marxist, rapist, racist, fucking every fucking bullet point you could ever imagine. I said, bro, you're still doing it. And so are you, he says. Trying to claim there's anything innocent about siding with a hate monger. It doesn't fly, no matter how many times you say it. You notice how I'm not even addressing the things he's saying? We're talking about fires. Yo has brought up all these other things that I am completely ignoring. I've ignored every extracurricular side fucking quest he's trying to bring into the main quest here. And it's still oppressor oppressed. I'm a gay man with a trans kid in a fascist regime. You're showing yourself to be everything you think you hate out of everybody on the right. That's all you fucking done here. It's insane. We haven't even gotten to the good part yet. This is just the fucking buildup. The day before, myself on my Facebook, I'm trying to tell you, bro, I don't make a lot of friends anymore because I don't try to side with you just because we agree with one another. If I think you're wrong, I'm going to tell you I think you're wrong. Some people don't like it. I don't like the whole tit for tat. I don't like the you did it, so I'm going to do it. I don't like the whole you did it worse, so what I'm doing isn't that bad. I really don't like that. Like I say, I really try to hold myself to a single standard and not let anybody get over it, whether I agree with you or not. From my heart of hearts, will forever try to be that person. I like to think I'll die on my deathbed that person. I don't like it when my team does it. I don't like it when the other team does it. Try to hold everybody accountable. Attempt to show everybody their hypocrisies in that. Some people agree with it and can understand where I'm coming from. It's not a partisan place. It's not I'm trying to win. I'd love us all to get along. I'm slowly but surely falling into the position of I don't think it's possible anymore. Things have gotten so fucking out of whack that it's going to end up being one side that's just going to hammer it all home. Whether it be the left or the right, one of those sides is going to end up just running it. And whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not going to speak to that. But that will in the end. There's not going to be a lot of fucking room for two sides here in a little bit. It's not. Because of people like this dude right here. But away from that comment, away from that conversation, away from that thread on my personal Facebook, the day before, this is my post. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Unpopular opinion alert. If you are of the thought/opinion/belief, no one on the opposite side of the political aisle is right and/or honest, you are in fact doing it wrong. You are wrong. That's everyone, myself included. Thankfully, I've woken up to most of my personal biases and with an honest and open mind, attempt to approach every issue like that. Do try, and that's a beg. Please do try and not consider those who see problems differently or come to different conclusions than yourself as liars, racist, fascist, communists. I know it's easy to do. This isn't directed towards anyone in particular. But, big fucking but, if the shoe fits, strut that bitch. A lot of people don't want to touch it. I get it. Mainly, most motherfuckers don't even want to even talk about it. I get it. But I posted that the day before on my page. Check out old boy. Easy to say when you're a straight white male that isn't the target of a fascist regime. Okay, now dude's got me mad. Now you're fucking gonna piss me off. Bro, you're everything I'm against on the right and left. You are everything you think you fucking hate. And I promise you, old man, you fucking are. If you fucking can't imagine that there's anybody on the other side, I'm talking about for all the people talking absolutes. I don't listen to anybody on the left. Everybody on the left is a liar. There is no one on the left who tells the truth. That's a lie. That's bullshit. Don't play into that because it's not helping. Yo, I get we're in a mess here. I fucking get it. But at the same time, do we just give in and then just be all the shit that we know is not good? Because it ultimately becomes like a never-ending fucking tit for tat. Well, they did this. Well, they did this, now I'm gonna do that. Well, they did this, well, so you shouldn't have a problem that I do all that. And unless like you want to focus on how we can figure out to make this better, it's only gonna get worse. I get that. I know people don't want to hear that. I know they don't. People just want to hear you just shit on somebody. I get it. It's not helpful. It isn't fucking helpful. I know I have my demons. I know I do my shit that I probably shouldn't. Like, I'm not unaware of my own hypocrisies. Only thing I could try and do is just be honest. Now I get a fucking speech from the old man. Sorry, dude. I'm a gay man with a trans kid. The Republican Party mounted a hate campaign targeting my family. Trans kids are 4-time blah, 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 blah. As a 65-year-old gay man, I first at least time there is no moral equivalence between the oppressor and the oppressed. Think It You Can is just another example of straight white privilege. Study links shut the fuck up, bro. I made a post that don't be a partisan fucking hack, and this is all this guy's been. And yet, can't recognize it. Why would he recognize it? What does he have to gain by recognizing it? To recognize it is to accept that you're fucking wrong, or you're doing it wrong, or that you're not being helpful, or that you're only playing a part, just fucking it all up. For him to just talk about a single topic, stay on topic, let's talk about this one thing. Let's talk about this one sole fucking issue. It's impossible for these types of people. They fucking can't do it. It has to be drawn under this umbrella of everything. Everything comes with it. You want to talk about fucking fires? Let's talk about the Republicans that fucking voted against the fucking bill. That fucking passed. That fucking passed. It did not pass. And somehow that's like an argument. And then it just turns into just this never-ending fucking shit show of what are we even talking about? I haven't said anything about you being gay. I said nothing about you being trans. I said nothing about any of it. We're talking about fires. And we have now I've now gotten this with links to fucking NPR articles. This is when I lose it. I'm like, bro, you're going to get it now. You're on my page now. So you're going to fucking get it. So we aren't friends here on Facebook. I don't know you. You don't know me. From another page on another comment, I said, can you talk about anything without bringing your politically charged rhetoric with it? To which not only 5 replies started with, as a gay man with a trans kid, you then come to my page and do it all again. Bro, you got some real serious problems that I'd recommend talk with somebody about. It's all you've got. Politically charged rhetoric. That, of course, is personalized in ways that any minuscule disagreement would in turn be treated as an attack on you personally. You're fucking nuts, man. You don't know me or the first thing about me, and you still go on and on and on and on. People like yourself are every single fucking reason why Trump won this last round. Unfortunately for yourself and your arrogance, you'll never see an inch. And I hate people like you with all my heart. Was that maybe a bit on the harsh side? Sure. Do I mean it? I fucking do. I despise people like this guy. How do you think he took that? I hear that you hate me. I've heard that from straight white men my whole life, and I understand where that hate comes from completely. It's inconvenient when the scapegoats speak out. It's very hard for people who think they're fair-minded to be confronted with obvious bigotry. And you're right about one thing. That's why Trump won. Bro, I don't think you understand a fucking thing. The fact that you've now connected it to I hate you. And it's unfortunate that, their vote will fucking, in fact, strike yours out. This motherfucker and what he's saying and, the life he's living will just negate somebody who is completely opposite of it. Sure, I understand. The right has used me and my family as a scapegoat for decades. Again. We shouldn't take it personally. And when we push back on you, you accuse us of personal attacks and making everything partisan. Whether or not Trump is in office has little effect on your life, and you can't wrap your head around what it means for his presidency to be an actual threat to you or your family's well-being. And you really don't want to hear about it. And that's why you hate me. And that's why Trump won. At least we agree on that. Bro, we agree on nothing. We fucking agree on nothing. The mental fucking gymnastics, these people, go through, have this completely different conversation than the one that's going on. And, there's nothing you'll ever be able to do to get through to these people. You almost wonder, how you can, but you can't. You cannot reach these people. These people are unreachable. They are such partisan hacks that everything out of their mouth is so personal to them that, God forbid, you disagree with just that little bit of a piece. That is in turn a personal attack on them. To where somehow, he's flipping it on me, where it's somehow I'm attacked or something. And it's just, where do you go with these types of people? Bro, you gotta imagine, bro, there's probably 50 million people in this country like this. It's not everybody on the left. It's not everybody on the right that's fucking crazy, bro. There is the middle ground with people who just disagree with other people. They don't necessarily think the person I disagree with is like the worst Nazi fascist piece of shit in the fucking world. You can't even disagree. To even say, hey, yo, let's just talk about these fires. You have now gotten everything that this motherfucker, he's only capable of talking about. To even admit that there was one piece of an issue with the LA fires is in his head, I guess, defeat. I've ceded the inch that maybe there was a mess, maybe there was issues that we can all maybe try to solve and resolve and try and fix to maybe it doesn't happen twice. They can't do it. They can't do it, bro. This country will burn to the fucking ground. It'll all be ash before they ever admit, you know what, maybe I just disagree with you. Maybe we do see the same problems, but how we want to handle them are differently. And, maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle. There is none of that with these types. They will give you nothing. They will concede nothing. You will fucking die on that hill, and they won't even understand you. They wouldn't even be able to tell you what they think you believe after you've said it, which I haven't. But then that would even beg the fucking option of, why are you even saying any of this shit? Bro, it makes me want to fucking bang my head against the wall. But then again, that's also why I don't fucking feed into these things. But then again, I just couldn't help myself. It's almost over. And then I noticed dude had edited every comment he fucking wrote. And I'm talking about not just like spell checking or nothing. Bro went in and added paragraph. He would go back, add another paragraph, and then add another paragraph. Case in point, you can pause and look at it if you'd like. Like, this motherfucker's insane. I said, bro, your edit history is just as insane as you are. Sorry you have a problem with edits, he says. I'm out of the country. The connection is sketchy. And autocorrect is fucking with me. But go ahead, add that to the reason to hate me. This dude just cannot, see past the fact that, he thinks I hate him. Dude, you mean nothing to me. For me to hate you would be, some real serious shit, that you would have had to have done to me. It's the people like yourself, old man. Ideologues, the partisan fucking hacks like yourself that I despise. Not you as a person. I can disagree with someone, hate the reason that, they act the way they do, but not hate them as a person. Not wish ill will on them. These people they don't have that ability. They're so mentally fucking stunted that it's for them to get past the second point. That would just be asking too much. It is a binary with them. It is, you see it the way I see it, or you're a fascist piece of shit. I'm gay and I got a trans kid and all this. It's bro, I don't even know why you're even bringing any of that up. The fact that you've even brought any of that up to a conversation about fires, and then came to my fucking page on a comment that I made, yo, we need to stop being partisan hacks. All of us, myself included. I included myself in it. Let's all stop being partisan fucking hacks. He then went on that comment and was a fucking complete, full-blown fucking partisan hack. And yet just, all I've done is say that if someone voted Republican, they share responsibility for the atmosphere of hate the party has created for marginalized and at-risk youth, and they share the blame for the outcome. And that's why you hate me, of course. Gotta get that in. It's complete, utter dog shit. I just imagine, the world in which, I guarantee there's a lot of people that don't like Trump. I guarantee there's a lot of people that held their fucking nose and voted for him because they knew on the opposite side was shit so fucking bananas that they had no choice to. If I don't vote for Trump, that in turn means that everything the lefties want to do is going to happen. And motherfuckers just can't live with that. They can live with the fact that he was civilly fucking found guilty of sexual assault, pumped up the value of Mar-a-Lago, whatever else, all the felonies, all the sucker-ass felonies they fucking throw on him. Motherfuckers would overlook all of that because they're against the fucking lefty bullshit that, the Democrats have just been hypnotized by. Bro, you just imagine, Republicans 30 years ago are the same thing they were then, maybe a little more left. The Democrats of 30 years ago are a complete nightmare 180, all of it. But yet these motherfuckers would believe that it's just the Republicans. Democrats are still the fucking same. Bro, we're in a fucking mess. I wish I fucking had an answer. I wish I fucking had an answer other than stop being partisan hacks. All of us. Every fucking one of us. Myself included. I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to be understanding. People like you, dude, make it impossible to be it. You make it impossible because you have fucking, worn your politics like a fucking onesie. You've put it on. You've got real comfy in there. And to listen to anyone outside of that bubble, it's asking too fucking much. Guys, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. I like to try and think I'm fucking positive at times, but I'm more a realist than I ever was an optimist. Hope for the best, expect the worst. Trump's done a lot of good shit in that first week. I know some people really aren't happy about it. I'm almost happy for almost every fucking bit of it. Sadly, it's gonna take a world where he's gonna have to do a lot more. God bless America, and I don't hate no fucking body. Maybe you hate me, and I can live with that. I've been through worse.